Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for spending time with me again today on Innerviews. A couple of months back, I interviewed Kim Vermaak, who is an author, and today we decided to do a follow up interview because she has some very exciting news to share with us. So, Kim, over to you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the Zoom. I really appreciate it. So today I am doing my virtual book launch, which is the first time that I've ever done a virtual launch. So that's pretty exciting stuff.
Mm.
And it's been a two-part process. It's about launching my new book, but also about sharing the experience with other authors to teach them what I've learned about virtual launches.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And is this your second or your third book that you're launching today?
This is my second book. The
Okay.
first book went into Amazon in March. And this is the second book called The Fire Within the Storm, which is part of a series, which I think is going to be 6 books.
Okay.
Book number 3 is in first draft, sitting with my editor, who will start sending me some suggestions after the launch, because she said she doesn't want to send me anything before the launch. It might be too overwhelming.
It sounds like you've done things on a pretty tight timeline because your first book launched in March this year, the second one now in November. 2 books in 1 year, that's no mean feat.
Thank you. It's been a very interesting exercise. I must admit, the first book I did have a big incentive. My dad was hospitalized, and we were very, very worried about his health and his chances of survival at the time. And I had watched this interview with J.K. Rowling where she said that her mother passed away before she actually released the books, and her mother was quite an avid reader.
Mm.
And when I heard that, I'm like, it's been my dream to be an author. I simply have to get these books to my parents so that they can see them, that they can actually enjoy the celebration with me. I just didn't want to be in that place where my dream only happens when it's too late for them to experience it.
Mm.
So that was a bit of a fire for the first book, and then I was already in a momentum of writing. And then, of course, when COVID hit, my normal business basically stopped operating, and so then I had the luxury of being a full-time author without the pressure of people saying to me, "Well, why aren't you paying attention to your day job?"
That's so wonderful. Every author's dream.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So what have you learned about having a virtual launch?
It's been quite an exciting journey. I did a lot of research about it, and I actually stumbled across a lady that has been doing virtual events for over 7 years. And
Okay.
she was incredibly helpful because most people were kind of winging it as COVID-19 came along. But she actually had put together specific plans. And one of the things that I learned from her is that when you're doing a live event, it's much easier to sell any product, not just books, because usually what happens is in the breaks, people will go to the back of the room and buy whatever merchandise is available at that particular event.
Mm.
So she said, but with a virtual event, what will happen is people become so engrossed in the virtual event, and in order to make online purchases or that kind of thing, they have to often leave the app or the event, whatever software they're using to be in that event, and that will make them lose out on the experience.
Mm.
So what she said to us is that get a funnel in place so that you can capture information for people, pre-register them, get their email addresses, and have a team that will be able to get email addresses during the event, and
Mm.
have a sequence set up that after the event, people have a place to purchase, have links, a place to leave reviews and that kind of thing.
Mm.
So on the basis of that, I set up my event using what is the software called? Eventbrite. I've done that. So people would pre-register with Eventbrite, which means that I automatically get the email address of the people who are registering. Then I loaded those people onto MailChimp, and I set through a sequence of emails to say, thanks very much for registering. Here are some of the prizes that will be available. Here are the links for the book. So I already have that post-event information set up.
Okay.
And then I watched a couple of things where authors were doing events. And one of the things that they said is just get as many prizes as you can. So I approached my author community and I got a couple of giveaways for the event. And I have a team, because what they also said is that your main area that you've invited people is sometimes not enough to make a lot of people attend the event. So she got a friend to do a watch party and share it onto Facebook, and she got more people that way than she did with her invitation.
Okay.
So I got some help from a team of people who've been a great emotional support to me during my writing. And we did a prep, because the other thing that they said is don't let the event be the first event.
Yes.
So we, my Zoom account is one of the free accounts, so I can't stream, whereas I've got a very good friend, Sunil, who trains on social media, and so we are using his account because he can stream. So we tested streaming to Facebook, and we tested all the ladies doing a share watch party on their Facebook account. So we did that last week.
Okay.
So yeah, and the other thing they said is have a backup plan for if something goes wrong, which was very important. So the Zoom that you and I were going to do earlier on today forced me to get a backup plan, because we now have so that was like, okay, great. So now this is the backup plan. I had to delete a couple of apps from my phone so that I could have space for Zoom. And then I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So this has helped to prep me for tonight. So we are now in backup plan mode.
That's just fantastic feedback. That's awesome that we've been able to get those backup plans in place for you just in time for the event, and testing it here in real time, which is awesome.
Yes.
So how many people do you have at your live event tonight?
Well, the pre-registrations is sitting on 26 people, and then there's one or two people that wanted to have the Zoom, the direct Zoom link. So I have got that, and I've shared it with the team as a backup plan, because what Eventbrite does is if you have pre-registered, they automatically open up the Zoom for you.
Okay.
Whereas if you are using a Zoom link, the administrator or the host of the event has to manually let all those people in. So that's like a lot of work for that person.
Yes.
So I haven't shared the Zoom link, from a broad perspective. I shared it with all of my team so that if there are problems, they can then have access to the Zoom link.
Okay. Wow, it sounds so exciting.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, at the end of the day, I've got to let go of how many people I'd like to have at the event and learn more from the experience of it, because with when you write your first book, when you have your first watch party, whatever, all of those things are learning experiences that help you to do it better next time.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what prizes are you offering tonight? If anybody watching this video, because I'm going to post it this afternoon still, so maybe we can still get one or two people into your exciting launch this evening. What sort of prizes can people expect?
Okay, so we've got quite a few. Denise Riddle, who is a romantic thriller novelist, she has sponsored 4 copies. I'm pretty sure that my family wants it to be 3, because when her book arrived, they're like, "Oh, we want this book," and I'm like, "No, you cannot have this book." So technically, it's 4. Physical copies of that. Tony Cox, who is an international award-winning novelist. She writes about fantasy and dragons, and that she's also sponsored a book. Then we've got the fantastic book, a Lockdown, which was an anthology that was launched on the 7th, so this past Saturday. That's going to be sponsored as well. And then Tammy Bradbury, who is a designer, she is also a book illustrator. She has, and this to me is my favorite prize. I love all of the other prizes, but this one is very, very special because she has designed a Christmas card, a digital version of it, and one of the winners, whoever the winner is, can send 1 or 2 photographs through head and shoulder, and she will superimpose those faces into the Christmas card, and then send out the high resolution digital version so that the winners can either print it out and send it to family and friends, or they can use it on social media, and it is beautiful. And what I loved about it is that I've got a character in the second book who has got a very difficult choice that she's got to make, quite a heartbreaking choice. And in the book, she walks towards this person that's going to help her implement her choice. And it's snowing. And in the book, she has this feeling, go back, don't do this thing, go back. I'm actually getting goosebumps because Tammy hasn't read my book. And when she did the illustration, she did a girl looking back over the snow. And I didn't tell her how to have snow. I just said, make it a Christmas theme. She had a girl looking back over the snow, and she's got red hair. And my character that has this difficult choice to make has got red hair. I actually got goosebumps when I saw it because I'm like, that's the character that's in the book. So that was super exciting.
Okay.
And let me think about what else we've got. Oh, I hope I haven't forgotten someone. I've got prizes from my side. I've got a fantastic journal. Oh, I've actually got one of them. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's been engraved with the logo or the wings from the first book. And then I've also got a physical copy of the first book that I'm going to be sending out.
Okay.
So, we're super excited about all of the super prizes.
Oh my, this is sounds like so much fun. Wow, you've done such a great job.
We had to do serious backup plan because I had to send a message to my editor. I'm going to be doing a reading from the book. And I'm like, Judy, I actually can't gain access to the book because my computer is not working because it's got no power. I said, please send me something from your side just on WhatsApp that I can do the reading that way.
It sounds like
everyone is pre-registered who attends. So the pre-registered people who attend, they will get the first 7 days download of my new journal called I'm Still Strong. And it is a 30-day journal, which is going to be going onto Amazon very soon. What it basically is, sometimes in times of war, someone was injured, but they still had to get through the enemy territory to the other side. They still have to fulfill the mission. Doesn't matter if they've got an arrow in them or a cut or whatever. And so I find that sometimes as women, we've got traumas. Men and women have it, but because I'm a woman, I identify most with women. We have a trauma that's inside us that makes us feel like we're wounded. Yes. And sometimes the temptation is to crumple into your own world and not move forward and not embrace the destiny that's actually created for you. Yes. So this journal has got daily activities. It breaks the day up into prepping for your day and then your follow-up from your day. So it's like a debrief. And it's got things in there that have helped me through challenging times to help focus on my purpose and my destiny and keep going even if things feel like they're falling apart. And yes. I brought it out in this season because with COVID-19, a lot of people felt like their dreams were crushed. Yes. And they couldn't move forward. Yes. So this is a celebration, and I have to acknowledge Mel Robbins, because I did a 30-day coaching program with her at the beginning of last year. It was a free one. and definitely the Uncovering Greatness team, particularly Barry Mitchell, because some of the techniques that I put in there are things that I've learned from him as well. And I combine that and all of the things that I've learned into a simple, they're 5 pages per day that people can prep for the day and process their emotions, celebrate their wins, and just reconnect with what their mission is so they can get to the other side.
Wow. You are a powerhouse of wonderful new products. Certainly not stuck during COVID-19. So thank you so much for inspiring us again today, Kim. I hope that some of the people who are watching this video right now are going to click through and join your book launch this evening. And I will put the link for that into the description of this video when I upload it.
Super. Thank you so much for hosting me. I really appreciate it. It's so nice connecting with you again.
It's a huge pleasure. And if anybody would like to reach you directly, how should they go about doing that?
Well, my website is www.kimvermaak.com, and my email address is kim@kimvermaak.com. And then I have got a YouTube channel. It is listed under my name, Kim Vermaak, but it is called Write, Learn, and Earn. And it's dedicated to authors who don't want to just write, but who want to be able to create a book business and leave a legacy for their family.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And good luck with this evening.
Super. Thank you so much. And you have a super evening. I hope to see you at the launch.
Awesome.